What's going on, everybody? It's Darkstrider, and the crossover of Stellar Blade and NIKKE is here, and it's cooler than the other side of the pillow, I'll tell you what. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys how to get through everything because a couple of people are having problems with this. I'll show you how to start the quest, where to go, how to find everything, and how to accomplish everything. So we begin. You're going to come to this area of the wasteland. Everything seems to start there, and over in this area you'll find a blank sort of spot that just has a couple of crates normally, but if you have the DLC, you'll find Volt, the dog, over here. So you'll go, you'll pet him, and he'll lead you over to Scarlet, who is kind of weird. It just really is weird, the conversation you have with her. I'll let you see what I'm talking about.
Typical Volt. Always getting into trouble. Now what? And who might your guest be? A pleasure, mademoiselle. My name's Scarlet. Eve? How odd. That name feels so familiar. But enough of that. It's a rare thing indeed to meet a fellow sword fighter in this day and age. I'm delighted. Curious how I could tell? It's that thing in your hair. The pin. You can't fool me. That's a sword. I've never seen a sword double as a hairpin. That's quite unique. Actually, might I ask something of you? A favor. It's trivial, really, from one sword fighter to another. Phew. Thank you. It's only right I offer you something in return. Volt should have a number of items he can part with. I'll see that he passes them on to you as a little sign of appreciation. Interesting. This is... Mademoiselle, I think you should take this. Who knows? It may come in handy someday. Now, allow me to explain what happened.
So she's going to hand you this gun, which is really what you're going to use as you're completing all of these missions for her. Each mission that you complete is going to get you 2 of these mechanical bone wrenches, and that's basically the currency. You're going to use that currency and trade it in to the dog himself, and you'll be able to get new dresses, new gear, and whatnot. So just keep in mind, each one you could complete, then go back, or you could wait till the very end, do them all, and then just return them all. You know, you'll have 10 in each. There's 5 different missions, and we'll take a look at all the gear and the things that she has. Basically, it's a lot of nano suits, but there are some very cool NIKKE themed suits and headgear. Not just headgear, but also hairstyles, which you could change at any given moment. So over in the wasteland itself, you'll see this is going to be the closest one. You'll see the dog barking, and you'll see a drone on top. We'll go, we'll investigate. That's how you stop everything and you take the drone on. You're not actually taking the drone on. It puts you into a battle with a bunch of creatures here. So the way that this is going to go, you're going to make sure that you're shooting at all of these creatures with that gun. You want to avoid them. As you can see, that thing on top, that machine, shot a missile at me, and I moved out of the way, rolling behind the cover. Now, there are 3 things here that you could take cover behind. You start, I think you spawn in the middle one, and then there's one to the left and one to the right, and you could just keep rolling back and forth between them. And you want to keep doing that because you don't want to take damage. The less damage you take, obviously, the longer that you last. Now, if you do happen to take a lot of damage, you can heal yourself. You just hit up, like if you're out in the normal world. You only have one flask, however, in order to heal yourself. As you're playing around, you'll see a bunch of those robots that are flashing, the green ones. As you take them out, they will restore a couple of more flasks so that you could heal yourself here and there. And as you're shooting, you'll also notice in the right side of the screen that it gives you kind of like a beta skill, but there's only 3 beta skills. Each one does a different thing, and we'll get into that later on. Now, you want to just keep rolling back and forth, moving back and forth. Make sure none of these guys are hurting you. The other thing that you want to do is every once in a while there are robots that don't flash green, but if you shoot at them, you could take out a lot of people here or a lot of enemies there because they just explode and they take out a lot of stuff. Now, as you can see, you do have creatures that are rolling at you. You could either choose to take them out, or when you see them get close, roll out of the way so that way you don't take any of that damage. Now that we're at the end, you're going to have to take out the boss of that area. The boss of that area is pretty simple. As you can see, this is one of the beta skills. I believe it's the one at the top. And Adam comes with Lily and they launch an assault on this creature, kind of like helping you out. Now, the HP for this creature, I don't know exactly, but it does have like several lines. In some cases, it'll show like it's got 22 lines. You just have to run it down, keep shooting at it, keep rolling out of the way. If you know the pattern, it's going to keep spitting at you. Then it'll have one where it just blasts a bunch of like nasty gunk all over the place. Keep at it. Eventually, you'll defeat it, as you saw. Now, when you defeat this thing, you actually win an item. This item you're going to bring back to Scarlet, and that way you complete the mission that she gave you, and upon completion, she gives you a couple of bone wrenches, which you could trade for whatever you want. Now, in this case, this is the second area. This is also in the wasteland. I believe that the other areas are going to be over in the desert. Now, this one, it's going to be a little tricky. Same deal as before, except there's going to be more mechanical creatures here, and you're going to want to pay attention to everything. You're going to want to pay attention to what's on the ground, but also what's on the bridge in the background. Mostly, they have a bunch of mechanical creatures in the background that are on that bridge that will launch a bunch of rockets and things like that. So you want to take them out as soon as possible. The other thing that I like to do, I like to make sure anybody who could launch something at me, I take at. Now, you see those orbs that were coming at me. That one mechanical creature will launch a series of orbs like that. Make sure that you shoot those as soon as you see them. Like here, he just launched 4 more. It'll be really smart to take those out so that you're not taking damage. Again, not only are you trying to take these guys out as quickly as possible, you want to avoid taking as much damage as possible. And trust me, that damage adds up really, really quick. So make sure that, you're taking everything out. Here's another one that's a little tricky. I've got 2 sets of these things that are launching, and there we go. I got them before they got to me. Now, again, you want to take those guys out. You want to make sure you're taking everybody who has long distance attacks out, basically. You do have a few seconds before that guy actually has those orbs moving towards you. So be careful. As you can see, you also have this guy over here, or these guys down here, that are shooting gunk at me. You want to keep rolling. You want to keep making sure that you're out of the way when it lands. The other thing you want to make sure, keep checking to make sure that you're reloaded. The worst thing here is the reloading. All you have to do is stop shooting. She'll immediately reload. I feel sometimes like you can't catch a breather, so you got to keep doing it. Anyway, this is going to be the second boss. And as you can see, a little bit tougher than the last one. He's going to be shooting these, like tornadoes at you. And you want to keep shooting at him. You want to roll out of the way of those tornadoes. And you want to make sure that you're getting help here, like I have from Lily and Adam as they take him out. So they do major damage. There are other things that you could do. There's one where you'll use a sword, but that I believe should be more for crowd control. If you have several creatures that are in the area, you could blast them with the sword. The other one is going to be the gun. You get special ammo that kind of does massive blasts to these enemies. And again, those are things that I'm going to show you in a little bit. I'm just having a little fun rolling out of the way, confusing this guy, rolling into his tornadoes as well, which is stupid on my part. Anyway, we're getting close to the end of this guy here. If I see any more of those robots come out that will drop any health boosts, I'm going to take them as well. But keep an eye also on your beta skill, because you could just keep using it throughout the entire game, as long as, you know, like you keep shooting. As you're shooting, you're actually filling it up. And with that fill up, it really is going to save your life for certain parts. So here we go. We got another guy dead. And after he falls, we basically take another item. And again, when you're done with this, it'll ask you if you want to return to the quest giver. That's up to you. Me personally, I wanted to wait until I got them all and then just get everything all in one shot. I know some people, they get a little impatient. They want to like go and get it all. So now we come to the Great Desert. And this is one of the things over here. You got to get this guy with a parasol. Again, the dog is barking at it. And we'll climb up here. Now, this is going to be the last one that is like this. As you can see, these guys are rolling at me. We're going to roll out of the way. We're going to take out the guys that can launch projectiles really quick. So that way we could avoid that. We're also going to take out these guys up here. There's one of those blue robots. We're going to shoot that blue robot as well. And those things that are flying, so that it does massive damage to all the creatures that are within shot of it. There we go. It's all going to help you out. Again, the name of the game is to survive as long as possible. Not just as long as possible. Make sure you're making use of your health gear. You don't want to use it too early. And you also want to make sure that you're filling up that beta skill, so that way you can go and do massive damage to any creatures and keep yourself in the fight. Look at that. I just got shot to pieces by a couple of these guys launching some of that stuff towards me. And just like in the regular game, that's going to stay there for a little bit. So I want to roll out of the way and make sure I'm utilizing the other two areas of cover. So here we go. We've got this robot. This is the boss for this area. And I'm not going to lie, he is a little bit tough. So we definitely want to be careful with him. Also, as you can see, he launches a couple of those orbs. You want to take those orbs out. Here goes the lightning skill. I really should have just called Adam and Lily. Although this did stun him, so I bought myself a little bit of time where I could shoot at him and nothing is going on. Here we go. We're going to shoot that mega beam there. And then we're going to get out of the way. We're going to roll just in case. Because sometimes he'll shoot a beam and it'll zip up towards you. You want to avoid that. Here go the guys that are going to give me some extra health. There goes that beam. I'm going to roll out of the way of that beam. And as you can see, he filled those robots, as I took them out, started filling up my health. So here we go. Here's the gun now. And now you've got specialized ammo. And we're going to take them out as quickly as possible. Roll out of the way. This is only for a limited time that you have that. But it bought us enough time that we were able to take him out. So just keep in mind, that guy's tough. The final boss is way tougher. But before you even get to the final boss, you do have one more that you're going to be taking out. And this round is really annoying. I'm going to show you exactly what you have to do. This is the area where I found it. Now, there's that orange cart over by that rock that I showed you. Then you're able to climb that area up there to make it to this guy in order to go with this. Now, Lily is setting something up. She's got that perimeter. You could see that it's blue. This one is a little bit tricky because what you have to do is not just keep yourself healthy, you have to make sure that nothing gets to her. So whenever any creatures are in there, you're going to see it flashes orange and red. Take them out as soon as possible. Utilize that robot there. He kind of sucks in the enemies and then blows up. And you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on Lily, though. As she continues along, as you're shooting at these guys, she continues along. The timer kind of runs down. And if you're successful, she'll achieve her goal. If you're not successful, then she'll just collapse and you'll have to do this all over again. So as you can see, we're going to be utilizing a lot of different things that we've got. In this case, I wouldn't suggest using the gun here. I would suggest if there are a lot of enemies around, using the sword ability. The sword ability will take out like multiples and whatnot. There we go, and we used that robot. That robot actually took a bunch of guys with him, sucked a bunch of guys towards him, and then took them out. There we go. We're doing pretty good so far. And again, you want to keep yourself healthy. Make sure that you're avoiding anything that is shooting at you and you're taking them out as soon as possible. Also, as you can see, they do have those little creepy crawly things roll up and they'll roll towards you. It'll not only damage you, but it'll damage your cover. If the cover is damaged enough, it's all going to come apart and you're not going to have anything to hide behind. But as you can see, here we go. We survived. We killed enough of the enemies. Lily was able to do what she was able to do. So there we go. We set that up. You get another item and you complete this mission. So I'm going to show you where the last thing is. And this one is a little bit crazy, okay? So this is going to be the last place. Again, we're going to run into the dog. We're going to run into one of these drones. And we're going to be transported. This is the final boss. So what you're going to want to do for Maelstrom is keep shooting just like you do, like when you're in the, Abyss of War and things like that. But in this case, be extra careful because not only will it blast you with things like that, it'll launch a bunch of things as well. So make sure to shoot those as they come towards you. Otherwise, you're looking at massive damage. These things I'm talking about. Take those out. He'll also do one of those massive blasts like that. And if he does the massive blast and you're in the way, you're going to get hurt. So make sure that you're taking everything out. This, I strongly suggest using the gun on because it'll be much easier and you'll do like a heck of a lot of damage there. Using Adam and Lily, that's a possibility. Using the sword, that's also a possibility, but I'd rather do it like this. And there we go. We took them out. As you saw also, there was a flyby almost of a bunch of those green little robots. We wanted to take that out so that way we get extra health potions. So anyway, that's the final group. That's the final boss. And what will end up happening is we will return to Scarlet and we'll turn all these in. In turning them all in, you'll get 10 of those bone wrenches. And like I said, the bone wrenches are going to be good for all the gear that Volt has. And this reminds me, I have to do a nanosuit update because there are several new ones, not just the ones that are here, but in the game itself, the main game, that can be accomplished. Anyway, once you do all this, you get this message from Scarlet.
Mademoiselle, I received the last of the recovered items. Everything has been returned to its rightful place. It's as if nothing ever happened. And no one need know but my lord. And it's all thanks to you, Mademoiselle. Thank you so much. Goodness, Volt. Where are your manners? How could I possibly repay you? You mean it? I'll be honest, I didn't expect that. Even still, how could I refuse such generosity? Thank you, Mademoiselle. Though in truth, I'm still somewhat tempted to request a lesson. But I've imposed upon you enough for one day. It will have to wait, but not too long, I hope. Actually, I have a good feeling about this. A hunch. We'll meet again very soon. And when we do, I'll be happy to return the favor. Take care, mademoiselle.
Cryptic as that is, you have now completed the crossover with NIKKE, and you actually can battle Scarlet in the boss rush, and there are some bonuses to that. You get some extra gear and whatnot if you complete the fight with her, and I'll get into that later in another video. Anyway, that's all there is for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching, and until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you guys all in the next one.